Hello and welcome back to Realms Forgotten. This is the new update. Yes, absolutely, the new update. They have been working so incredibly hard on this, and if you'd like to check it out, there is a link in the description. This is indeed for the updated game version of 1.2. This is for the beta version of that. And so I have no idea what we're going to be playing with, actually. I'm thinking, you know what, let's play with the undead, shall we? I mean, technically they're kind of like mummies, I suppose. And the Dread Realm are kind of like undead. I don't know. It doesn't really matter either way. What I mostly want is the no speed penalty on desert. I think that sounds super, super fun. There's a bunch of other things here, of course, that is going to be extremely useful. There are a number of very interesting changes in this version of the mod. Basically, what they're doing right now is they're making it so that we have the ability to not recruit enemy forces when you're at war with them. So you can't just go into a village or whatever and recruit from there. You're going to have to spend influence points to be able to do that, which I think is actually pretty cool. Anyway, let's just actually see a little bit something here. I have no idea what to I never mess around with these things at all. The faces are just very funny. Anyway, as we know, we do have Elvian, who are, wow, they're actually quite tall, aren't they? We've got Undead, of course. We've got the Mull here. You can actually be one of these guys if you want to do that. Should I be one of these guys? Sure, why not? Let's be one of these guys and see what happens. I think that seems pretty fun. Let me see here. Can I actually... Alright, you know what? Let's do that. Why not? That sounds pretty fun, right? Alright, so yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I'm actually very much hoping that what I'll be able to do is I'm wanting to do like a kind of duelist kind of deal, because I think that would be really fun. But obviously, maybe it's not going to work out so well. It very much depends. So what I'm actually going to try to go for here is a huge amount of athletic skill, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing on foot for the most part. We're not actually going to be using a horse unless we're actually doing that in the beginning of the game, because obviously sometimes you're going to need a horse just to, you know, kind of help you out a little bit. And we're going to start on age 30, age 40. What should we start at? I'm kind of thinking age 40 right now. Kind of thinking that. Anyway, here we go. Who are you in the world? Well, let's see. What do we want to do? A cheap outlaw. We could do that. That gives me roguery, tactics. There's trade skill there, of course. Roguery. We're not going to be using trade skill that much at all. I don't have that many mods that are actually working with 1.2, but you can check out the load order down in the description if you care about that. Anyway, the point is, what do we want? I'm thinking probably this. In a failing mercenary company, I'm thinking probably that. That sounds pretty fun to me, because that gives me tactics, and that also gives me the next tier of my clan. So I can basically just automatically have a significant amount of people, so I don't have to do the standard stuff that we normally do. So I'm going to just go near your home in the city where your journey began. That sounds pretty fun to me, and as you can obviously tell, we can now choose a bunch of other banners and things like that. They don't seem to be working for some reason, but again, once more, this mod is still a work in progress, so you're just going to have to bear that in mind. Anyway, let's go for something like this. This seems pretty cool. I love the additional colors, though, I've got to say. I very much appreciate the additional colors. Let me see here. What do we want to go for? Something like this, I guess? Something like this? Yeah, why not? That seems pretty fun. And what do we want to do? Should we go? Okay, I'm going to call myself Death Bloom again. Death Blom! No, not Death Blom, but Death Bloom! Indeed, indeed. Okay, and now we can only hope that there are not going to be too many people called that in the world. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I will leave everything the way it is, but we've got to bear in mind that if enemy troops are super strong and they kill me in one shot whenever I get hit once, I might want to lower my player received damage just so that I survive more than one shot, you know what I mean? That might be a good idea. Otherwise, everything else is just going to remain the same, and let's head on in. Alright, so here we go, and we're going to be automatically just recruiting a bunch of people straight away. I only have 8 morale, which is actually very, it's not very good. Let's just say that. That is not very good at all. Okay, so we're going to go for loose formation straight away. I kind of wish we had more scouting skill, to be honest, but yeah, we're going to need deserts because we are in the desert, of course. And look at this. We already have 75 in tactics, which I gotta say is actually a bit broken at level 1 because you gain this, plus 10 to party size straight away, which is absolutely amazing. Okay, 3% combat movement speed, of course. That's what we're also going to be doing. We're going to be doing handling with one-handed. We're going to be going for full-on one-handed right there. Full-on athletics. We do want to get some more scouting. We want to get some medicine, of course. That's going to be extremely important for us to get to 25. Or if I want to increase my combat movement speed, then I can obviously do the other thing as well. But usually preventive medicine is very, very good for that very reason, where it gives you 30%, you know, recovery of your things. Yes, but most of the time what we're going to be doing is we're not going to be using any ranged weapons, but of course if we're going to be using spells, then I might very well have to. I might have to do that. So we'll just, you know, keep an open mind about it and see whether it actually does need to be dealt with here, and we're just going to be going for 5 vigor, 5 endurance, and then just moving on. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to go into the tavern because I want to check out this guy. I want to check out the merchant, if he's still in every single tavern. I hope he is. I hope he is, at least. I'm actually not entirely sure. Please, no. Oh no, maybe he's not. Is that him? No, that's not him. Oh, no, that is absolutely terrible. Hello, townsman. Good work, good work, good work. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though he is actually here. We've obviously got the game host, the mercenaries, musician. That seems to be it. Oh, no. Okay, I have no idea where the magical guy is now. So maybe I have to go further afield, or maybe he's just not available at the very start. That could very well be... could be the issue here. Anyway, we are just going to move on. We have 5,000 gold, which is actually not that much, if you believe it. It really isn't. Aha! Hello! Alright, so there is actually a quest. They have implemented a quest into this version as well, so I'm extremely excited about that because I love quest-based mods. I really, really do. For example, Land of Seeker, that is absolutely fantastic mod that is quest-based. Obviously, it does have some rough translations, so obviously that's a bit of an issue, but it was very, very fun as it is. And so this being... implemented into Realms Forgotten is now making me extremely excited. Anyway, as you crossed a small road, you came upon a wretched wagon turned to pieces. Blood stained the ground around it, and the soil showed signs of a fight. Under the rubble, a voice called out, asking for help. "They took him," said a voice of a man, half of his body under the broken wagon. "They ran into the forest. Please rescue Ulia." Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Okay, I'll do that, why not? The man with the faltering breath spoke of the hideout's possible location, somewhere where the Elvian kingdom borders meet the North Sea. Alright, so here we go. This is part 1 of this quest, and this is where I need to go. That is where I need to go for the quest? Oh, I really wish I'd started in Elvian territory now, don't I? Oh, that's terrible. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm also playing on the next version of Bannerlord as well, and this is the first time I'm actually playing on the next version, which is 1.2.0. So that's going to be extremely interesting to me, because I've noticed, and a lot of people have told me that there's a bunch of extra things that you can do in this one. So I'm actually very interested to see how that goes. Anyway, Are we even going to be able to defeat these primitives? I don't know. Probably not, right? Probably not. But who knows? Maybe we'll be able to. Okay, so here we go. Let's see here. So I actually have Captain Perks. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so let's put them on the commander there. There we go. And okay, how am I doing here? Okay, I've got a one-handed. Oh, wow. Okay, is it just me, or does this look like a completely different game now? I don't know. Did they do something in version 1.2.0? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, as I say, we don't have any what is it now? What is it? What was I about to say? We don't have any ranged weapons. That's it. We don't have any ranged weapons, so we might have some issues with that. These fellows are actually much faster than I am, which is quite astounding considering they're not really supposed to be that fast, but apparently they are. There we go. Take that guy down. Thank you very much. And we can hopefully take this guy down too. He's got a shield, unfortunately. There we go. Nice. And my own forces have completely obliterated the enemy. That's fantastic. Very nice indeed. And there you go. Wonderful. Okay, that is exactly what we love to see. A super, super nice victory for us. Obviously, as I said before, we don't really need a huge amount of renown early on, because of course we took that, you know, mercenary band, you know, we were leading mercenaries and so on and so forth, and so it's a little bit easier. Okay, so here we go. These are the new stats for some of the people. And that's actually super cool. I love this. Okay, so I want to get slave fighters, slave warriors, berserkers, and champions. I think those are going to be... Wait a minute. Yeah, I think those are going to be the best. So that's what we're going to do. There you go. Because they are going to eventually turn into skirmishers on foot. And that's kind of what I'm wanting to go for there. So hopefully that's going to work out for us. I do have butter equipped installed as well. So hopefully we're going to be able to get some good things to replace our armor here. And yeah, wait a minute. No, that is actually better. Okay, so what about this mace? Is it actually good? It's got 37 piercing damage in comparison to my 58 cutting damage. Probably gonna be fine to just keep that. And that's the thing. I do not want a shield. That's the funny thing. I do not want to use a shield because I want to go the duelist route, because I think dueling is absolutely fantastic. I think that's super, super fun. And if you don't know about that, then you should watch the Duelist series that I've created on the channel. But yeah, that's obviously a little bit older, you know, than you may want to experience. But anyway, we're just going to go on here, and then we'll go and do the quest, because obviously I would like to get my morale a little bit up, just to make sure that some of my people don't actually leave. And I think actually buying some more food probably could have made a difference in my morale situation, shouldn't it? Yeah, I think it probably would have made a bit of a difference. So I should definitely do that after this particular fight. Let's see what I can do here. Got to be a bit careful of them as well. Oh, this guy really knows what's up, huh? Yeah, he does. Yeah, look at that. Wow, that was an utter travesty. There we go. Nice. Good damage. Good damage. There we are. Yes, that's what we like to see. Let's tell these guys to charge in. Wow, this actually does significant damage. Actually, surprisingly good damage for a, well, basically a level 1 sword, you know, that you start off with, pretty much, right? So I'm very, very pleased about that. And we can just continue to level these guys up. I actually wonder what their legendary units are like. Can I actually search for legendary and then see those troops? I think I might be able to. Let's actually have a look. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can actually look for those. So let's have a look. Yeah, they've got, as you can see, they are much more balanced now, because obviously in the previous version of Realms Forgotten, the stats were off the charts. They were really, really strong. And it's super nice to see that the modding team is obviously taking the community feedback into account and making changes as and when are necessary. I don't know. I don't know whether it's necessary, because I think it's pretty fun to actually have those kinds of super powerful units, and you yourself being super powerful too. But obviously, I realize that from a balancing perspective, that is probably not going to be something that everyone enjoys. Anyway, we do have a focus point here. What do we want to spec into? That's the question. Probably another point in scouting here, to be honest, for me. But I could also go for something else, like, I don't know, leadership or charm. Maybe charm might actually be kind of useful. Roguery skill could be kind of useful too. I'm actually, you know what? Let's do some roguery skill, because you know what I'm actually thinking of doing? I am actually thinking of doing a couple of the bandit-focused activities in this series, because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's actually super fun. They have, and by they, I mean, I'm talking about the developers of Bannerlord. Apparently, they have made some rather sweeping changes to the bandit-focused activities in towns and various other things like that. And so I'm thinking, you know what, maybe we do want to check those out. Maybe we do, because it might actually be super fun. And apparently some people have said that it is very easy to make money that way as well. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued, because I'm always kind of, you know, curious to see what kind of things can actually happen in a bandit kind of situation. Anyway, let's just see if I can actually win here against these fellows, because they're going to be quite annoying. Or maybe not. There we go. That was easy enough. Oh, we actually leveled already. Fantastic. Yes. We don't seem to be losing too many people at all, actually, hilariously enough. Not sure how that's possible. Ah, there we go. Our first person went down. I must have jinxed him or something like that. That's probably what happened there. And otherwise, we can just... There we go. Yes, eliminate them. Okay, so we ended up losing a few, but that is, again, not really that big a deal. Alright, so we can just take a couple of those looters. Let's get some of these guys. There we are. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to be converting any people. You know, habits die hard, so on and so forth, you know, kind of thing. Anyway, let's just get these. Is there actually a cloak that we're getting here? No, it doesn't seem like it. Unfortunate. Oh, well, never mind. Alright, so... As I said before, we're probably going to go into a town and we do need to go and get some food, because getting some food is really going to make a huge difference to our overall morale, even though we're actually getting some decent morale at the moment, aren't we? Yeah, it's actually not too bad considering we're just fighting enemies, and I wouldn't mind going into the tavern to see if there is any special merchant or something like that. Anyway, ooh. Sold that for 1,500. That's actually really good. Let's sell these as well. There we go. We got 3,000. Super, super nice. Let's sell those. Probably not going to be doing any smithing. And so, you know, don't have to worry too much about that. Unfortunately, they are very expensive. These foodstuffs right here are extremely expensive. What is this? What is a berserker potion? What is a berserker potion? I do not know. I can only assume that it's going to... I don't know. Is it just a trade good? Is it actually just a trade good, or is it something else? Because I apparently can buy this at Uruk for 85, and then I can potentially sell it here for 1,000, or what? I actually have no idea, because I don't have that many trade rumors or anything like that. But where is Uruk, by the way? I have no idea where that is, but there it is. It's actually not even that far away. All right, fine. Okay, I'm going to go on a small detour just for a real quick second because I am intrigued about this berserker potion, okay? I'm intrigued about it. So we should try to figure out what it is and potentially what it does, because if I can purchase it right here... Oh, by the way, there's, dinosaurs available here, as well as war rhinos and all kinds of crazy stuff. So that's super, super cool. And yes, as you can see, no, I cannot buy it at Uruk for a cheap price. That was probably a bit of a trade rumor bug there, because as you can see, we can buy these for such an incredible amount. Yeah, I'm not sure whether this is just a trade good and you can basically just trade it for a larger amount of cash, which I think is a cool idea. I love that, because that means that you don't have to run around and you know, have to trade in super, super small denominations, and you're then instead going to be able to trade things in a much greater quantity and maybe level up your trade skill just that much faster. So, you know, I actually quite like that. But if it actually does do something else, like maybe it does have some kind of effect, then that's great as well. And obviously I don't have enough money really to deal with that at the moment. Hello, Azarai Town Woman. Good work, sir. Yes, there we are. Okay, wait a minute. There is no cellar? Okay, apparently there is no cellar in taverns. I'm maybe just not seeing them or anything like that, but we're gonna obviously find them eventually. Well, I'd actually thought I'd stop off at this town here so that we can actually complete this tournament, because obviously along the way we're going to need some cash, and because we have a relatively large army, that cash is going to diminish quite fast. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue, but hopefully I'm going to be okay here. Ah yes, I'm not very good on a mount, am I? No, I don't have a huge amount of riding skill or anything like that, so it might actually be somewhat difficult for us to win here, especially if I am going to be inaccurate. Yes, maybe I have a... Do I have a one-handed? Oh, I do have a one-handed. Okay, so that's actually going to be super useful for us. Hopefully I'm going to be able to use that instead. But, oh, yeah, I've just realized that we actually have no teammates remaining. They have actually all been killed, so this is going to be a bit dicey. Okay, well, we're just going to hopefully eliminate this companion. There we go. And hopefully we'll be okay to progress onward to the next round. Unfortunately, none of them have actually been eliminated so far. Only the top 2 teams will progress, so I do need to make sure that I survive until that time. Where is the last green team member? I am actually not finding it. Ah, there it is. It's on a mount. Okay, good to know. Okay, just need to survive until the green team member dies, and then we should be okay. Let's see if I can make this work. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm actually just going to get off my mount now so that I can do this one-on-one. Should be pretty easy to do, hopefully. I mean, this guy is actually a vassal, so I'm not looking forward to this, actually. He's probably going to be extremely powerful, but oh well, never mind. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Oh, we actually got him. Wow, okay. Not entirely sure how that even happened, but we did. And now I can hopefully leverage this fellow's speed against him and try to take him down. There we go, 74 damage. That's exactly what happens to me every single time I'm on a mount and I have to defend a spearman who is on foot. They are always extremely, extremely strong. And there you go. Look at that. That's exactly the reason. There we go. That was wonderful. That was very nicely done. All right. So yes, once again, a one-handed and a shield. Perfect. And maybe I can actually do something here. Yes. Nice. Nice. Just try to focus on the higher tier enemy, so that they're not going to get the opportunity to deal damage with their higher weapon proficiencies, of course. We're on a mount again. I'm not a big fan, but I guess we can... maybe we can leverage their speed once again, and maybe they're going to charge at me. Are they going to charge? A little bit. Not that much damage. Maybe they'll charge at me again through here. Maybe this guy's going to... Yep, there we go. Absolutely wonderful. That is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. Every single time I have charged at an enemy and they're on foot, they always manage to absolutely obliterate me, no matter what, just because they have better timing. And I think they are slight. I don't know. I think they maybe have a slight advantage. I'm not entirely sure why they would have an advantage in that aspect, but I guess it's maybe because they can more accurately time when the enemy horse is going to be in range in comparison to the rider being able to time when the opponent is in range. I don't know. Obviously, it doesn't happen like that every single time, but for me personally, that has happened quite often. So anyway, let's just see if I can actually achieve victory with this fellow, because he's actually proving to be quite tricky. I'm actually really surprised he is still alive. There we go. We were able to win. We only gained 1,560. That is actually very low. I'm not entirely sure why we're getting such a small amount of tournament reward. I think is it always like that? Actually, is it always like that? I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, we did end up getting a scalpel, which obviously is it's not a bad weapon. It's not a bad weapon, as you can see right there. It is actually a one-handed sword, and it does more. Has a better reach as well, so that's exactly what we're going to use going forward. Seems pretty nice, right? Anyway, let's move on and try to complete the quest. There we go. And I hopefully have enough troops to be able to avoid getting beset upon by any bandits. But I might want to recruit some people along the way, but here's the problem. I don't really want to recruit a huge army because I don't have an economy right now. I have no passive income whatsoever. So what that's going to do is it's going to make it so that basically all of my efforts are going to be drained away over time. And especially if I have a much larger army as I'm traveling around doing this quest, for example, it's going to make things a little bit uncomfortable for us. Anyway, I'm going to be going for form-fitting armor. That's really, really nice. It's going to enable us to move around that much quicker. Our new companion, by the way, is a scout, unfortunately. So he is actually going to make things a little bit uncomfortable for me too, because it means that scouting is now kind of a useless skill for me, unless he ends up dying, of course. If he ends up dying, then that's absolutely fine. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I think we're probably going to be speccing into charm a bit here. That's probably going to be quite useful. Let's go for another point in vigor here as well, just before we go in. And here we go. We're going to go in with all of our friends in tow as well, because that's really going to make a huge difference to, well, everything, considering we're very low level at the moment, and we do need to rescue this fellow's, this fellow's brother, cousin, whoever it was. I'm actually not entirely sure now, because I can't remember what it said in the quest, but we're going to see what happens here. All right, so now this is actually, ooh, this is a cool map. Oh, this is a cool map. All right, yeah, let's see what we can do. All right, so I'm actually just going to tell everyone to charge. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't do that. And maybe that's going to, I don't know, maybe it's going to shoot us in the foot or something like that. Hopefully not. Bear in mind, I can't use Alt to determine where the enemies are. And I am playing on maximum modifier, so I could potentially just end up dying from some random thrown weapon, and that's obviously going to be, well, a little uncomfortable, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so let's have a look here. Any enemies? No? No, there aren't any actually right there. Okay, so it seems like they're all just going to be at the main gate, and my my units are super slow. Have you noticed that in comparison to me? That's actually quite impressive. Alright, well this guy's going to die super easily. Wow, yes, this sword is amazing. I mean, obviously we know the sword is really powerful in regards to its damage, but its speed is a little bit lacking. But of course I am currently only having 51 one-handed weapon proficiency, so of course it is going to be slower than what it might be if I had, I don't know, 250 or something like that, you know what I mean? It's basically just very much more reliant on your own skill in comparison to if you were to use a faster weapon natively. Because obviously if you use a faster weapon like a falchion or a gladius or something along those lines, a short sword even, then of course the speed is going to be a lot higher. And wait a minute, there's actually one of my troops has actually made their way up here. Ah, yes, it seems like they are actually up here. All right. Wow, this guy is apparently doing amazing work, and he is actually eliminating every single person along the way here. There we go, not too bad. And now we have to deal with the enemy leader, I assume. Yes, indeed. Okay, this guy actually might be too difficult for me to deal with, so I think what I'm going to do, for maximum experience, I'm just going to let my forces go in. I don't fight duels with brigands, sir. Yeah, he has a shield, so at the moment I'm going to be a little bit more cautious about it. And also, as you can see, I almost just ended up dying instantly, so we do need to be very careful of that. And there you go. Nice, we actually gained a level 2, so that's really cool. Alright, there you go, that is it. Okay, so let's see what happens in the next stage of the quest, and then we can hopefully move on. Oh, there we go, we've got some new stuff as well that we can potentially equip, and we've got a cape here as well that I can equip. Yeah, there's actually mountain bandit trunks, and they are apparently counted as a cape. Not sure whether that's better or not for me, but I'm just going to allow my my people to just take whatever they want to take, because this fellow, yeah, I mean, he can probably use it, right? He can probably use it quite nicely, so I think that's fine. And I wouldn't mind giving him a shield as well, because companions really do need that, don't they? They really do. Anyway, relation increase with nearby notables, which is actually quite nice. And let's actually see what happens here. Thank you for saving my life, he says. What do these men want by kidnapping you? Well, I don't know. They came out of nowhere. Oh, okay. You're welcome. You're free to go. I hope there's somebody that would be glad to give a reward for saving... Okay, you're welcome. You're free to go. I hope there is somebody here. Okay, if you want to be properly rewarded, I recommend you to take me to safety, and that's under the tutelage of Queen Rinea? Okay, I have no idea who that is. Queen Rinea, she is the Northlands ruler by the looks of things, or a noble of that. Okay, so we're going to have to figure out where she is. Maybe there's a marker or something like that. No, it doesn't seem like there's a marker or anything, but that's absolutely fine, because I believe that it's actually right over here. Yeah, it's really close by. Hopefully I'm not going to get killed by these trolls. I'm actually very surprised that they did not attempt to attack me. Usually trolls are very strong, so I'm a bit worried. I was actually a bit worried about that, but thankfully, no. It doesn't seem like there's anything to worry about there, at least at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't have enough, well, influence, shall we say, to get in there. Oh, look at this, Arcane the Falcon. Look at this, Arcane the Falcon. There's another one. Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. Let's get him. Let's get him. There we go. Fantastic. Got to get all the arcanes together again. We're reforming the band, aren't we? Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.